Hello, and today I am going to talk to you about procrastination, because you do it, don't you? Because we all do it. And that, so don't hit pause and think you'll come back to this later, because we both know you're not going to do that. Let's do it now. Okay. Now, I get clients that come to me for life coaching, and they will often say to me, Tim, you know, I work better up to deadlines. They work better up to deadlines and to deadlines. And you know, I leave things to the last minute and then I get stressed and whatever. And it's like, wow, do you really? Do you really work better up to deadlines? Well, I know why you work better up to deadlines. It's because of your brain. It's because the reality of the situation is pretty much everybody works better closer to a deadline. And the reason being is because the closer we get to the deadline, the more stressed we get. Now, let me talk a little bit about stress. You may think, well, you know, you don't want stress to work effectively. Well, that's not true at all. If you think of what's called the flow state, which came from the book Flow by Michaela Csikszentmihalyi, the flow state is actually not an absence of stress. Flow state is actually a you, and it's actually having just the right amount of stress. You need stress in your life. People that have got no stress whatsoever are dead, and you don't want to be one of those. And people that have got very, very minimal stress in their lives are normally severely depressed, and they can't get out of bed in the morning because you actually need stress to get out of bed in the morning. So there you go, you need stress. So what happens when people get close to a deadline is the stress starts to ramp up as the repercussions of not doing whatever it is they want to do starts to become more real to them in their own mind. So the stress builds, that heightens senses, it gets the blood flowing to the brain, it does all sorts of other chemical and electrical sort of things going on inside the brain, hence they work more efficiently, and that's why you do it. So we know why you do it. What can you do to avoid getting up to deadlines all the time? Because, you know, there is the option, I said that the stress goes like that if you go too far and get too stressed, you go to pieces. If you see people really stressed, first of all, memory goes, ability to concentrate goes. Look at somebody that's completely losing the plot giving a public speech, and they can literally almost turn to jelly. Not literally, metaphorically. I've never seen anybody literally turn to jelly. So what can we do to avoid that? Well, there's a really cool and easy trick, and it's this. It's using your imagination. So supposing you've got a project that you've got to get finished in 2 weeks, and you know it's going to take you 4 hours to do it, rather than just putting it to the back of your mind, bring it to the forefront of your mind, close your eyes and focus on what will happen if you don't deliver, or if you deliver substandard work. Do that for 2 or 3 minutes till you can start to feel your heart rate and your anxiety levels move upward. Now, as I say, we don't want them going up there. We don't want them going ridiculously high, because then you're just going to stress yourself to the point where you can't do anything. But to the point where you think, I need to act, I want to act, and I want to do it now. If you do that, you can be one of the few people that doesn't come to me saying, Tim, can you help me from stopping working right up to deadlines to get stuff done? Okay, good enough. And I say, actually, let me back up. Stress, low stress, dead, depressed, oops, wrong way, or Doberman, they're pretty stress-free. Take it easy. Cheers.